Hey guys, Esther here.
Hello, this is Tom.
So today we're going to talk about recognize and manage your level of crazy with EQ when you hear sirens. Just kidding. Actually, today we're going to talk about how do you recognize and manage your level of crazy when you're feeling lacking contentment.
Yeah.
So behind us is a really cool place. We're here at the Bonnet House. It's a beautiful home that was owned by, I don't remember their name at the moment, but a beautiful family. And they were a family of artists.
Mm-hmm.
And they created this beautiful space and they just lived their lives every day. They cultivated the land. They did art all day. They hosted parties. They traveled. They collected artifacts and beautiful art, and just really knew how to live in the moment, in the day. And you can just tell that they had a beautiful life, right?
Yes, you're right. And they called the Bonnet House not for their last name, but for a flower, a lily that flowers here. It was a yellow bonnet. So that's how the name Bonnet House, I believe, came to be.
And for some reason, we're so blessed that all the alarms are going off right now. So just ignore this for a minute.
Well, this used to be an exclusive area of beachfront he bought back in 1910 or something, early 1900s. So he had like 35 acres of beachfront property going across towards the intercoastal. But over time, development came. It was their private section of land. And then now we have the road A1A in front of us. It used to be just a dirt road is what they described it as.
So the gist of the video is basically, as we were walking the grounds, I had an insight. And, the past few days I've been feeling a little physically off. And as many women know, in their premenopausal years, can be very challenging. And it could be challenging to you as well.
You think you could say that again?
As the guys on the other end would probably agree. And so I was feeling a little bit, just off, right? Because when your physical is off, your emotional is off, and vice versa. And so what I was feeling is that I go into this sense of comparing, right? Comparing my life to others, feeling like I'm not accomplishing, feeling a sense of sadness, lack of contentment, basically. And as we're here, Tom, was so great to take me out and said, let's go into nature, which is an amazing EQ tool on its own right there. But he said, let's get out and let's go focus on just nature and seeing something new. And I love to explore the world. And he knew that was going to cheer me up. So we did that. And as we're walking in the woods,
well, full disclosure, I thought there was an event here for orchids and flowers and a festival of sorts, but somehow the internet that wasn't accurate on the internet.
But that's okay, because this is actually perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we're walking through the grounds, I got a download of how our big self, and when I say the big self is the feeling of the all-knowing, right? Our soul. When we know things, when we just know things, right? Versus the small self, which is, as I call it, the challenger. We also know it as the ego. The small mind starts to compare, starts to worry, starts to have fear, starts to have lack of contentment, right? And so I really focused on, what? If I could just continue to stay in the big self. And that's why we decided to do the video, is just to remind ourselves that when we're dealing with these emotions, when we're dealing with this inability to really manage the crazy, as I call it, right? It's usually the small self, the bad crazy, the reactive crazy, that's really causing us to lose that awareness and self-management. And we just have to reconnect to the big self. And that's when all the truth comes out. That's where all the wisdom is. And if we can stay there, amazing things will happen.
That's great. Great explanation. I like that.
So with that, guys, as always,
Yes. When we know better, we do better. We reveal to heal, and you learn by doing.
and when you know and understand yourself, the world will know and understand you too. And remember,
What's the best that can happen? Bye.